Ladies and gentlemen, bienvenidos to the Francisco Show, the first episode of 2023. It's exciting. Thank you for joining us. If you're watching us on video, hi, say hi, Malikai.
What's good, everybody? Malikai, I'm Alexander.
I am joined by my producer, no guest today, just we're going to have the producer on. He's going to show his handsome face, and you're maybe going to, might talk a little bit about himself. Maybe someone wants to hear from him. Do you think people want to hear from you, Malachi?
They don't know too much about me yet.
They don't know.
Not yet.
They will. They'll watch. We're gonna be doing that. I don't know if you guys seen some of my prior videos, some of the other stuff I've done. He's actually been in charge of all that. So ever since I met him, he's been very, really helpful with the projects we're doing. So we're gonna keep doing fun projects like this. Cause yeah, I know he's got a good knack for editing. Cause I can't do any of this. I don't have any of the equipment. I can't. So he's a blessing. He's an angel. So yeah, you can also hire him out. So if anyone out there looking to do something, hit them up. What's your name on the internet? How can people find you?
So I'm saying Malikai, like you've seen this podcast on the channel, Malikai. I'm also Alexander. That's my music. I'm a music producer. I do that as well.
Yeah, see? Put up. Great guy, great guy. So, hey, happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I know it's already, it's a day after, but I hope you guys had a great Valentine's Day. I did not have a good Valentine's Day. I'm single, so it was not good. But I don't know, Malachi, what about you?
I didn't do anything. I was just focused on like channel stuff mainly. Wasn't really doing anything.
See,
sadly.
folks, we did not have good, but
Just kidding.
we got these chocolates in the studio. I don't know if you're on Spotify listening, I'm holding up chocolates and this chocolate bomb. We got these for ourselves to make ourselves feel better. And it's a festive, because you don't need someone to love you. You can love yourself. You don't need to depend on others to love. You can love yourself. Get yourself some chocolates. Yeah, what do you think, Malachi?
I think the same thing. Just as long as you have candy, that's all that matters because, what else? The flower is just dying a week. Let's be honest.
Oh my goodness, it's been a very crazy, very couple weeks into the year. We have a lot of things going on all over the world, all over the country, and but what's crazy to me is the balloon story. Have you heard of that?
I actually didn't. What's going on with that?
A couple days ago, there's a Chinese spy balloon, a
Oh,
big
yeah,
white
that
balloon
one.
was flying over the area, and it got shot down, and everyone's fighting over it, and people are ready to go to war with China, and everyone just doesn't shut up about the balloons, and then there's more balloon stories are coming up, and now the government's even talking about UFOs. They're shooting down aliens, and when the government starts talking about aliens, that's when you should be like worried, like you should be concerned that something else is going on because they're trying to distract you with the balloons, and it's like they're kind of proving how retarded we can be sometimes because people are talking about the balloons still, and I'm like, so you're paying $6 for a 12 pack of eggs,
Yeah.
that's a little more pressing to me. In East Palestine, with a train derailed in East Palestine, and now a chemical that derailment caused chemicals to spill, and now that whole town is unlivable. The land destroyed, water so toxic. People have to evacuate. People can't live in that community.
That happened recently?
No, yeah, a couple days ago. It's not even on memes. It's barely
shit.
covered. The president's barely addressed it. Not even addressed it. The people who are in charge aren't even addressing it. They're talking about the balloons and the
Yeah.
aliens. That's literally what they're talking about. And I don't know. I guess we let them get away with it. And the media is very complicit in it. Like they know what they're doing. They know stories they need to push. And it just becomes very obvious at points how the revolving door between media and big government is. These types of stories really show you what they're allowed to talk about and what they're going to talk about. But hey, what do I care? Just want to channel. I wanted to channel my inner Carlton for a little bit because it blew my mind to see that. People are still talking about the balloons on the radio. It's like it blows my mind. Like, are you people like how fucked is your brain to like? Yeah, how much drugs do you do? I've done a good amount, but I can still see when shit's not sketchy. When shit's sketchy. I don't know. Well, how do you feel about that, Malachi?
The balloons, I definitely think the balloon is a distraction for something. I don't know what they're distracting us from, but I remember hearing about the balloon. I remember I was watching it on YouTube when it was first flying over, and then like 3 days later they shoot it down. One thing I was thinking about is like it's kind of weird how China's like, oh no, you guys shouldn't have shot it down. Like they're just. I'm not trying to say anything. I'm just saying like it's weird that they're so adamant that like it's our fault that we shot it down, that we shouldn't have done that. But I honestly think it makes sense that we shot it down.
Well, I mean, it's I don't know. The whole thing is just silly to me. If they really wanted to spy on us, China has satellites and a million other ways to
And
spy
apparently
on us.
TikTok now too.
TikTok too, and like the U.S. is the same way. I don't know why. Like even now, China. If you pay attention to Chinese news, they're saying we're sending spy balloons. Everyone's just talking about the fucking balloons.
Oh my
And I
gosh,
know in
really?
China, they have a bunch of issues we have here. So everyone's just like getting distracted with the balloons, and it just blows my mind. You know, it's very funny. It's a clown world. That's why being comedian's funny. You can just make fun of this stuff.
It's true. Well, because I mean, the balloon, it's not hurting anybody with these balloons. They're just shooting balloons from the air, for being honest. It hasn't hurt any people.
Yeah, there's no definitive proof that stuff is even like dangerous. That these balloons are gonna
That's true.
pose a threat.
They're trying to say there was explosives on the balloon,
There's
but
nothing, but
if there was explosives on the balloon, I don't know. I think they would have dropped it because they said they flew over like 2 or 3 major military bases.
Yeah.
They would have dropped it on one of them. They would have just carried it over that long.
Exactly. The whole thing just is sketchy once you think about it. Most people don't. But hey, it's how the system works. It's what can you do about it? You know, it's fun
Exactly.
to make fun of it though. I think it's very funny to make fun of.
What else can we do? I mean, we're just the people. Damn.
Oh man, speaking of Valentine's Day in general, just the whole relationship thing, it's wild out there. Have you seen those new statistics that show men are having less sex than ever?
That makes sense.
And yeah, and up in this timeline, and apparently it's getting so bad we're creating a bunch of incels, and you know how dangerous those guys can be. They shoot up schools, and they're very just dangerous
Exactly.
individuals.
Well, it's mean they're really, I think they're really just pity. It's self pity. Mm-hmm. They're really sorry for themselves, and they just can't handle going on with. They really can't just handle the fact that life's not fair.
Yeah, yeah.
So they take it out on everybody else, and I don't. That's not fair.
Well, they're guys who've never really tried or put effort into getting rejected or, you know, trying to talk to women. They just always stay online and never really leave their room and just like live in this echo chamber of toxicity and develop these negative ideas of women and society. And then they just become these martyrs that do something crazy because yeah, they're bored and didn't really try. So some random guy on the internet will convince them to do these things. And yeah, it's pretty scary how easily people go down that rabbit hole. I mean, I don't know if you've met people like that.
Yeah, I met some crazy people, some weird people.
Oh man, but that brings me to my next point. We're gonna start giving out some dating advice here on the Francisco Show. Every episode, we're gonna give at least one tip to help out any lonely young men out there who need advice on how to talk to the ladies.
You know, let's do it.
You know, and I know a lot of you will laugh. I know a lot of you think it's very funny, and you know what? You can go die. That's fine. No offense, though. But
You just
no offense.
Not even. You can click off the video. You don't have to like the content. Just you can go die right away.
But don't take it offensively, though. I meant in the least offensive way, you know?
Yeah, don't. Yeah,
That
don't
your
take it
body
too
just
seriously.
has no life. But like I said, most unoffensive way.
And cancel culture.
And cancel. What the fuck are you talking about, Malikai? This kid, I don't know, man. Sometimes. This kid. Look at him, though. He's harmless.
Look at me. No.
What was going? Oh, anyway, the tip. So, okay, tip. This is tip one. Tip one of the Francisco Show. Be okay with rejection. That's a good one. Be okay with rejection. I've gotten rejected hundreds, if not thousands of times, and I took it in stride. I never got mad. And I've been given fake numbers. I've been told to fuck off. I've been, like I said, given all kinds of lies and it's cool. And I just took it, hey, some girls like you, some girls don't. Fuck it. There's always another one. Always ask another girl. And, eventually you find one that'll like you. You'll find ones that'll like you, and it's better than getting mad and calling women bitches if they tell you no.
Exactly.
Or acting in more inappropriate ways, even violent ways, because that's poor women. That's
Exactly.
why women have to give lies to guys like me to ask them out, because they think, oh, is this guy crazy? You're going to stab me?
Oh, yeah, I have a tip too.
Oh, yeah, what's the tip?
Don't see every woman as a demon, like some like crazy bitch who's ready to just ruin your whole life. Because if you take that approach, that's what he's saying. The crazy people, they come off crazy. Like if you think about someone who's just always on edge. I mean, it's good to watch out. Just make sure she's not up to anything weird. But to be super crazy about it and like have that to be your only priority, it's kind of not good for you.
Definitely. No, I can definitely see that. See, good one. See, we're gonna end the incel problem in this country one tip at a time. We're gonna keep giving out these. There you go. There you go. That's what she said.
Track your mouth
And she
behind the
did
camera.
say it. We're gonna end the violence against women with these incels, right, Malachi?
Exactly. The incels are the ones that make the women not want anybody.
We're gonna unincel them. They're gonna be outcells because that's like the opposite.
Outcells.
That's the opposite of an incel. Outcell. They're
No,
gonna be
we're gonna make
outgoing.
everybody top G's. I'm telling you.
Well, not that, because that guy's not exactly the best example right now. He's still
That's
under
true.
human trafficking allegations, I believe, up to this point. I don't know this date. What is it?
I
Is
think
the
it's the
camera still
15th.
going?
The camera's still going. Phone locked.
Oh, okay,
Oh, okay.
pause it, I guess, or no.
Ooh.
We'll edit it.
No, we don't have to edit. We gotta show them the realness. This is how it happens, everybody. This is how it
He wants to
happens.
show the realness, folks. He wants to show my incompetency.
Incompetence.
You don't leave in the mistakes, man. Like, I don't know where you get this from. I don't know what you kids are smoking nowadays, but
Only on podcasts.
only on podcasts. There you go. That's the worst drug. That's really the worst drug. So where were we at anyway? What were we talking about before the camera cut?
I think we were talking about.
Cells.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make them outcells because they're gonna yeah. Oh yeah, and human trafficking. Yeah, because Andrew Tate, as of February 15, and no evidence was brought against Andrew Tate. We don't know if he's guilty or not. I'm not for or against. I say let the system play out. But no evidence has been brought forth against him. But he's still not someone you should want to be like, because yeah, you don't want people accusing you of trafficking. I don't know. Can you agree to that?
I don't agree. One thing, I'm just gonna say one thing.
He loves the top G.
No. Top G is only good for one reason. He is the one inspiring the incel community to get out there. He's the
That's
one.
true.
He's the one saying, "Hey, girls don't like you. There's a reason why they don't like you. Get out." He says it in a more aggressive way, but pretty much, just get off your ass, and just make yourself a better person. Pretty much.
Yeah.
He says it in a really aggressive way, but he came out really crazy. But even I think he admitted it was a marketing tactic just to get noticed.
Well, it's all about it's all about getting that coin, buddy. That's all we want is
Exactly.
getting that money. Everyone out here listening to this wants that dollar. We'll do whatever it takes for it. Some of us pretend we won't, but we'll do what it takes.
But
Yeah,
I
that's
know-
the opportunity.
But I know Top G. It's up to Romania what they decide to do. You know,
We let the justice system play out.
we
We're
have
not-
no say in it legally. so
people that are actually innocent are getting screwed by the system, like Edward Snowden. People like
Edward Snowden, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Chelsea Manning got screwed for a bit. She's out now, but a lot of whistleblowers, people exposed to the truth.
I think Edward Snowden was probably one of the best ones because I think if it wasn't for him, the fact that the government is spying like on our phones and stuff and like
Yeah.
on our search histories,
Yeah.
it would still be a conspiracy.
Yeah.
I think if he didn't come out and completely expose it, it would just be like a conspiracy theory.
Well, it was found. Yeah, it was shown that they broke the law, but the system. It's kind of crazy. Good. Any country really now goes after these journalists. Like I said, here you had Edward Snowden in Saudi Arabia. You had Jamal Khashoggi. I don't remember if you remember him. I've talked about him on the show before. I won't go into it again because it was a long story. But quickly, a Saudi Arabian journalist eventually starts criticizing the Saudi Arabian family, the king. Eventually moves to another country to get away from it, and so continues to criticize the government of Saudi Arabia all the way from like Germany or somewhere, and eventually the king Mohammed bin Salman, it was proved in court that he sent killers to go kill Khashoggi while he was like in some building somewhere. Maybe the sniper and him cut him up is to make an example out of him for disrespecting the Saudi Arabian throne. And I'm not saying what this is good or right. I'm just reporting it. If I ever go to Saudi Arabia and this is used against me, I'm not saying nothing bad about the king. I just stating what happened. I just want to go to Saudi Arabia and ride the camels. Okay, I'm not. You guys do what you want. I'm not just a guy. I want to go on the camels. I want to see the pyramids. I want to go on the big. That dinner like they have in Saudi Arabia. Like it's like in Dubai. It's like a dinner and like it's in the sky.
I think I've seen like TikToks with like a little bit about it, but I've never seen.
Yeah,
like,
well,
I've
I
never
want to
really
I
seen
want to
it.
go do that stuff. So like I don't want to like if I doubt I'll succeed, but if I ever do and I can make money to go to Dubai, I don't want this used against me like by the Saudi Arabian government. Like, hey, did you make fun of the king? Like while I'm trying to enjoy my dinner or ride the camel.
They just like take you and make you get trampled by a camel or
Yeah,
some
see,
shit like
so
that.
no, I don't want to. So that's why I'm putting this out there. I'm keeping it real.
We love
keeping it
'em.
real. We're not. I have no beef with no governments. Like you guys do what you want. I'm just a guy doing a podcast. What the fuck am I gonna do?
Exactly, we're just people. Like I said,
We just
we're
report the
people.
news, and people don't take us seriously. We're comedians. Like this, who's gonna take this seriously? See?
Exactly.
So moving on. Oh man, you lived here all your life, huh, Malikai?
Yep, all 18 years.
All 18. He's literally lived in his hometown all 18 years.
I've been around a little bit, but I've mainly just been here.
Okay. Yeah, for me, that's the case with most people. You know, I'm one of the few people that like that. That wasn't really the case. I was privileged enough to be able to go to many different cities and towns and many states. It was great, because my dad was in this field, moved him a lot, and it was great. I got to live in all over Dallas, Houston, Waco. I lived in Miami, Orlando, Clearwater, Panama City, Colorado. Denver. I got to go to Washington. That was fun too. Washington D.C. That was crazy. I got to explore it. Like it's a very privilege, like to see all these different places now. Thinking as an adult, all the culture I got to experience and all the things I got to see, the friends I got to make, and that's a very cool experience. It really shaped my view as the war of the world as an adult now. So I don't know. That's I always found that very interesting. But to get to a more funner part of that, some of the crazier things I saw across the country, I used to see, I think I've talked about it before, about many gang wars between many gang fights between black and brown kids. They would fight in the mornings because I don't know why race wars, but it's funny. A bunch of middle school kids just beating each other up. It was very hilarious before first period. It was great. But one thing, a crazy thing I didn't see, but I did, was a little scam I pulled in high school. Yeah, I used to when I was still be in high school in Colorado. I was a sophomore, 10th grade. How old are you around that age? Like 15?
Yeah, like 15. That makes sense.
15. Yeah, so 15. So yeah, so anyway, I was 15 and I was just a little sophomore. And one day I came across an abandoned box of chocolate bars. Those fundraiser bars people used to sell for fundraising?
Yeah.
Yeah, they make kids sell those. And yeah, I found a box of like half of them and it was like abandoned. There's no one around. It was just there. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to kind of take them because, yeah, fuck it. I'm a little asshole. I'm a little degenerate. I have no respect for society. So I took it. And I just thought, okay, well, cool, we're going to eat chocolate bars because fuck it. Why not? I'm a little rebel. So then eventually I come across this woman and she says, like I find her and she tells me that she's, oh, are you selling candy bars for like charity or something? And like in the most, what do you call it? Sarcastic tone, I said, "Yeah, ma'am, we're selling this for a charity in South Africa. We're trying to get some wells built, so that's what we're doing this for." Like in a sarcastic tone, because I was with a friend who knew that was a lie. I was being sarcastic, but the lady actually took me seriously, and like she took like two, and she's like, "Here," and like that would have been like normal. I just told her each cost like $1 each, but she gave me like a 20, and took two, and like yeah, she said keep the rest, and like yeah, just donate it. And I was like, oh shit. And this all happened so quickly, by the time she was giving me the money, she's taking the chocolate and she just walked away and I just sat there with $20 and like thought like, well, I made my place in hell. If there is a hell, like that's probably gonna be on like one of the charges against me.
That's great.
One of the many. But I'm honest. But yeah, I kind of did that like a couple more times because it was pretty easy to get away with. But yeah, it was pretty horrible. I don't know. I was a pretty horrible child. I don't do that no more. I don't do anything bad anymore. I'm reformed. I walk in the light, whatever that means.
Walk in the light.
I walk in the light. The light.
That sounds. I also say that sounds like a song like in the church. I walk in the light, something like that.
There you go. He's been hitting the booth. He's boofed out. Now we're gonna cut out. Like right now, it's about 6:15.
All right.
We're gonna head out to go do comedy at the Chili Line Brewery as always because it's Comedy Wednesdays.
Make sure to check it out if you're in Santa Fe.
Gonna be joined with Young Tracker, the Young Tracker fellow comedians gonna be joining me. We're gonna be doing that. You're gonna join us, right? Are you gonna come with us to comedy?
I'm gonna join it too. I'll try to get a little bit of clips so you guys can see it. Maybe I'll add it at the end of this.
Well, there you go. We're gonna. They have really good pizza. Like last time I got into a bit about pizza and like
pizza,
what place has the best pizza in town. And Chili Line Brewery has good pizza, but it's not the best pizza, but it's really good pizza, like top 3 pizza.
Oh yeah, like if you're sitting there watching the show and you get a pizza, it's like it hits the moment. It's like the perfect. It's exactly what you want at the moment.
So yeah, maybe next episode we'll talk about pizza. I don't think we'll have.